Alright guys, this is T&B Metals back. I put that video up yesterday. It showed that crate of wire I had on the truck, and I've got it all unloaded and I've run a little bit of it through the machine, but anyway, you have to overlook the mess, but there is wire absolutely everywhere in here. And just done some big 3-phase fans, got a couple more 3-phase motors, big breaker, but there is wire pretty much all throughout here. And I normally would try to keep it a little more organized than this, but I was in a hurry to unload it because it was fixing to rain, and I wanted it off my truck because I had a doctor's appointment today. But anyway, I've been running some of this 2-aught wire this morning, and it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm used to getting up early for work, so I get up like this on my days off and still work in the garage, usually because it ain't so hot. But anyway, if you not sure who will see this or who my subscribers are, I've seen a few names, but if you don't watch Project Shop Florida, if you don't watch the Copper Catcher or Scrapping with Grandpa, you may not know that, which Derek don't use these, he uses the big jaws, but if you watch any of those, everybody that's been watching the Copper Catcher has learned that these pruners are great for cutting copper pipe and copper wire. Well, anyway, if you check him out, I'd appreciate it if you would. He's got some good stuff on there. But now you'll see that he's using Milwaukee. I use Milwaukee because I use all Milwaukee tools, but Scrapping with Grandpa uses DeWalt. E-Waste Mike uses the Ryobi. They all seem to be fairly much the same. They all seem to work. I didn't realize that Scrapping with Grandpa could put different links up, but he did have the DeWalt link up for sale, so if you bought it through his link, you would support his channel, and I highly encourage you to do that. But since the Milwaukee wasn't on there, of course I ordered the Milwaukee. Well, then turns out if you request something from him, he can add the link even if it's not something he has. Then you can actually support his channel if you buy it through that link. He'll get a little bit of commission off of it and help him keep his channel going. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and run a few pieces of this wire, and these Milwaukee cutters, and Scrapping with Grandpa, you can see him doing some copper pipe. The Copper Catcher, you can see him cutting pretty much anything with them. But essentially all I've cut is copper pipe and wire, but I wish I'd have got these a couple years ago if I'd have known that they was going to be a game changer the way they are. But if you scrap copper, whether it's pipe or wire, you got to get a set of these. Now, I'm not saying you have to get Milwaukee, but you have to get a set of these. So I'm going to set up a tripod right here, and I'm going to cut a couple pieces, and then I'm going to run a few through the machine and try to get it in frame here. But these are absolutely amazing for cutting copper. Now you can cut aluminum with them, aluminum wire. I've cut it, but Copper Catcher cut up a aluminum walker with his. I mean, they're pretty good. The blades, extra blades, are not that expensive. I've cut a lot of copper so far. My blade still looks brand new. But this right here is 2-aught THHN, and with the Milwaukees, you have a different mode. You can open the blade a little ways, or you can open the blade all the way, which I keep it generally on the small setting because I'm cutting stuff that'll fit in it. If I'm cutting pipe, I'll use the bigger setting. But Just throw it up in the jaws. And it really, I can't believe that something is designed to cut brush and cut like these do. This is definitely a speed increase, and also just the work increase that I don't have to do now that I was doing. Don't get me wrong, cut lots of wire with these right here. I've got a bigger set. They're fine for what they are, but they don't compare to cutting like this, even with your side cutters or your dikes or diagonal cutters, whatever you want to call them. These are way better if you can get them in there. Now this is, again, this is 2-aught, THHN. I'm gonna run 2 at a time. Same thing. It'll cut 2, no problem. So I mean, this is just absolutely for speed. It's so much faster, and they'll cut the big aluminum wire. They cut the copper pipe. Let me grab them here. I'll get a little piece of pipe. Okay, here's a piece of copper pipe. I think this actually came off of a water fountain, but anyway, it's just, it don't get no better. It don't get no easier. It'll cut the big pipe, the little pipe. It'll cut essentially anything that I've found so far that's copper. These have cut it. Like I say, they cut the big aluminum wire too. But I'm going to run a few pieces just through the machine, just because I like to run some stuff on the machine every now and then on video, and I don't ever have anything super big, like 600 or 500. This is generally the biggest I'm going to have in copper. Sometimes I'll get a piece of something here and there, but I usually get some bigger aluminum from service entries from houses. But anyway, I'm going to run these through. I've got the machine set up, and I've got it dialed in pretty tight to where I need it at. I'm going to run these through, and I just really wanted to get on here and tell you to check out Project Shop Florida. If you're not subscribed to him, check him out, give him a subscribe. Scrapping with Grandpa, U-Waste Mike, H&H Recycling. There's lots of them. Scrapping on the Fly 77. But if you will check out Copper Catcher, you can see the pruning shears doing the work. If you'll check out Scrapping with Grandpa, he's got the actual videos pretty much just dealing with the pruning shears. But if you watch the Copper Catcher, you're going to watch a regular video and see the shears in it. But like I said, if you do scrap and you're doing aluminum, copper, and wire, pipe, and anything, you know, in the 1.5 inch range, you got to get a set of these. So anyway, I'm going to fire this up and run a few pieces right quick. anyway, that's the new little 4-roller machine that I always brag about. And if you're going to strip copperware, I highly suggest you get a 4-roller machine. Once again, check out Project Shop Florida and see the Copper King that Derek's got. After watching him, I stripped miles of wire with a strip master, and I thought, man, the time I've wasted, that I could have been doing this and then walk over here and pick up clean copper and not have to peel it and not have to fight with it. And, I mean, you just come over here and pick up your insulation and throw it in the garbage can. But yeah, definitely check those guys out. And actually, if you check out E-Waste Mike, he's actually kind of funny too. You get in your scrap channel and your comedian channel. He's got a little bit of comedy to him, but all of them are great guys, and I'd really appreciate it if you happen to see mine and you don't see theirs. I highly doubt that. They have a lot more subscribers and videos and stuff than I do, and they have a lot better content than I do. But just by some kind of wild anomaly, if you see my video and you ain't watching theirs, check them out. And I'm gonna clean this mess up and straighten the garage up a little, take me a shower. Like I said, I got a doctor's appointment this morning, and I'll probably come back in a little while and do a little bit of a follow-up. But even now, I like to put my copper in a bucket because I like to weigh 50 pounds per bucket. Even cutting it up just for the buckets, it don't get much easier than that. And you can set up and really fly through it with these. But yeah, guys, check out the pruning shears. Like I say, it don't matter, I guess, which kind you get. Milwaukee, DeWalt, Ryobi, I don't know. Any of them probably. But they make short work out of the copper. Check out those guys' channels I told you about. And if you do happen to get a set of these, keep your fingers out of them. That'll be it for this one. TMB Metals is out.